Hi, welcome to my second video, part two, my little demonstration of Rocket Dock. In the last video, part one, I showed you how to go find it, download it, install it, and get it started. And now that we have it started, we can see that it's ready to go. And what you want to do, first of all, is go over here to this little icon, which is Dock Settings, and click on that. And you start with the general settings, and you choose your language. It's available in a number of languages. English is preferable for me. The first thing you want to do is check this box and make sure you set it to run at startup. That way you don't have to worry about hunting for the icon to get it started. It'll just automatically be running when you start your computer. And another thing I find convenient is checking this box to allow it to minimize windows to the dock. What that does is it pretty much lets you minimize your windows to the dock rather than to the taskbar down below, which pretty much makes your taskbar unnecessary. There are other settings here. You might want to experiment with them, but those are the only two I worry about. The next thing I do is I go over here to icons, and you can choose average, high, or low quality. Actually, I don't know the difference between average and high, except that the high quality seems to make it run a little bit slower. But the quality itself is indistinguishable. If you want it to run really fast, you can use low quality, but I leave it on average. I can choose the zoom options here, and for example, among other things, I can determine how large I want the bar to be under size. I can make it larger or smaller, and right about there is average. I can also choose, and this is really cool, is I can choose the options as far as how large I want the icons to be. And you notice if I run my mouse over the icons, they enlarge as I pass over them, as I mouse over them. And they're accompanied by text labels underneath. Both of these things are completely adjustable. At this point, if I wanted to, I could adjust the zoom up high. And that means that when I mouse over these icons, they are really large, which can be a real boon to the sight impaired. And there are hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of people online who have sight problems. And this can make it really, really easy to see what you're looking at and click the right icon. And you can make other little adjustments and settings, and they can be of tremendous help. The next thing I would do is I would go to position, and at this point you can choose whether you want the bar to display at the top, bottom, left, or right of your monitor screen. If I put it on the left, it would appear over here, as you can see. And I can adjust the centering of it. Alright, and I can adjust how far away I want it to be from the edge of the monitor. I want to keep it on the top for now for display purposes, and I want to make sure that it comes down a little bit farther. There we go. And the next place I want to go is style, and this is where it gets really cool. Right now there are a number of themes available, just built-in skins, if you will. This is the Vista skin. The standard default skin is Crystal XP, which is also very pretty. But there are a number of other types of skins that look just as good as some of the others. Some of them are pretty wild, like the asteroid skins. Again, for the sight impaired, this can make a big difference as far as how well you can see the bar itself. I'm going to go back to, I think I'm going to go back to the default Crystal XP. You can also change the size of the text labels, and this is what I was referring to before. As you mouse over, each icon is accompanied by a text label which names the program. And if I wanted to, I could select the font, and I can select any font that's already installed on my computer, whatever's easy for me to see. I can decide whether I want it bold or otherwise. And if I were to enlarge it, I can come over here and let's just say I can enlarge it to 22 and then click OK. This gives me a preview of what that text label is going to look like, and I can adjust the shadow and the opacity of it. And now you can see that I not only have huge icons that I can clearly see, but I have huge text labels, so there's no mistaking what I'm pointing at and what I'm about to click on. Again, another boon for the sight impaired. Really, really wonderful little tool. And the last thing I want to do is go over here to behavior, and this is where I can choose to auto hide. And I would click that, and I would also click pop up on mouse over. And again, a few other little settings that you can experiment with. But when I click OK and I'm done with that, now the toolbar auto hides until I need it. When I point to the top of the screen, it appears and it's there for me to use. And when I don't need it, it's gone. And that pretty much is how you set up and adjust the settings on the Rocket Dock. In the next video, part 3 of this little series, I'll show you how to customize it and how to add items to it so that you'll have everything at your ready. See you in part 3, and thank you very much for watching. See you next time.